When I was about 7 years old, I saw the blood on my mom's legs. And next year, I witnessed how much my mother restricted at home and how she had followed the cleansing ritual in Nepal. And later, my three sisters were put in a cow shed, literally in a cow shed, and I also witnessed sets of abuses on my sisters. So that kind of experience gave me so much traumatic feeling. I knew that I should have go through this process, and it is all because of sin from the God. So I feel so guilty. I want to die. I prayed several times. I cried. Even I attempted suicide because I want to die. I don't see any kind of value as a woman. So I was determined without knowing any advocacy, human rights, or any schooling from my family members. When I had a period at grade 10, I was about 14 years old. That time I decided to run away from the house because I don't like to go to the cow shed as my sisters. So I ran away from the house. And I continuously construct my mind. I continuously start to work on it. Why the people are thinking about it? Why the girls are not valued? Why the menstruation is so stigma? Why the women are getting so much pain and suffering because of that? And later, when I went to nursing school, I really know the physiology of the menstruation, and I feel proud. I really regret what I thought and practiced before. And when I returned to my home from during the vacation, my first students were my parents. I drew the uterus and I taught them about the physiology of menstruation. And my dad was giggling and I challenged him, why did you send us to school? Because you did not know many things, you suffered. And now my sisters suffered, I suffered because of the menstruation, and you don't know about it. And this is why I am teaching you. This is how I started to challenge my parents, and within 6 months, the restrictions were abolished in my family. And gradually, when I walked, I started to work on menstruation. I conducted the research when I did bachelor in nursing. That time I chose the topic on menstrual health hygiene. It was 1998. Later, when I started to work in Jumla, the western part of the country, where the girls and women literally kept in a cow shed along with the cattle, and then I started my campaign. And later, when I joined in the Sherpa Nepal, that time I worked with the conflict-affected adolescents, girls and boys. That time, the menstrual restriction recognized as a most prominent issues of hindering their education. And these all kind of things give me the inspiration, power, and I continuously working on it without having the funding, without having the support from the friends, even the activists, human rights activists, the politicians. I constantly working on it. And one time in 2009, my mom passed away. That time, my sister, the youngest one is my brother, my younger sister, myself, and my brother were collectively doing the death ritual. That time, we break the silence by giving the first fire on a pyre of my mom's dead body. One thing, second thing, we had a period. My sister had a period, and my sister and myself determined, and we continue the death ritual for 13 days. So this is how I'm doing the all kind of abolish of all kind of restriction in my life, and now my family, my nephew, relatives also following my practice. But in the professional life, I continuously challenge the people. I work with the traditional healers. I work with the schools, the teachers, the politicians. I create the space for the menstrual health hygiene. Usually people don't like to listen. Most of the people, the activists excluded me. They stigmatized me. They discriminated me. Oh, Radha is doing the nonsense, the menstrual things, the sexy things. But I always said, hey, let's speak about the peace. Let's speak about the human right. Yeah. And unless and until you don't talk about the menstrual health hygiene, how can we bring the peace? How much traumatic feeling I have gone through. Even today, in my research in Kalikota and Jumla, the adolescent girls like to commit suicide because of thinking of sleeping in a cow seat. So that kind of living with that kind of traumatic pain, how we can bring the self-confidence, self-esteem of the girls, and how can we bring the peace within the person? Without having the peace within the person, how can we bring the peace in the family? There is a conflict within the person, there is a conflict with the family members, because within the siblings, the boys and girls, there is a conflict. Even in the small young brother considered himself as a powerful person in the family, and the 15 years the giant educated sisters considered powerless because she has to go to the cow shed. She cannot touch her any main members of the family. She cannot go into the kitchen. So because of that kind of things, it is directly connected with the peace, the empowerment, and it is a serious form of violence of human rights. And today we are talking about the sustainable development goals. Even though sustainable development goal doesn't speak clearly about the menstrual health hygiene like child marriage, FGM, but the 6.2 speaks demand directly about the gender responsive toilets. And other goals like goal number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There are so many goals are directly connected with the menstrual health hygiene. Unless and until we don't get the menstrual health hygiene, we cannot achieve the other goals. So if we are really seeking the tangible results, if we are really looking for achieving the sustainable development goals, no one leaving behind, we have to work on MHM. This is the very urgent time. We spend so much time and money on many projects, but we forget the nature. Since day one, when the nature make about the male and female, or man or woman, since that day we have to talk about it. We forget, we ignore that part. We never talk, we never dialogue, we never share.
Can I ask you then, because this is just such a great story that you're sharing, can I ask you about, you're here at Master Training of Trainings in Nagakot at the moment, and you have a group of peers with you who are also passionate or learning or becoming passionate about menstrual hygiene. How are you finding your training this week?
Yes, this is the first time in my life I officially train on menstrual health hygiene.
Okay.
The rest of the things what I am doing, it is all my self-study, my passion. But this time I really feel so honored, and I also feel I am not alone. I connected with the WSCC and other so many friends from Africa, India, Pakistan, and also Nepal. Even in Nepal, most of the friends are working on, at the name of the MHN, they are working on infrastructure. They are counting how many toilets they construct. They forget about the water supply, they forget about the sanitation, they forget about the needs, priorities inside of the women during the menstruation. So now my friends are on board.
Good.
And I also have a confidence. I am so honored to meet so beautiful, wonderful trainers, and I can make change. I'm sure I can make contribute in the national level as well as the global level to bring the MHM is a urgent and number one prioritized issue in development discourse.
Thank you so much. Is there anything just to conclude that you'd like to say about the next steps that you'll be taking or what you'll be doing here in Nepal? Do you think that the change can happen?
Yeah, Jen, I'm so much optimistic. I started my battle when I was 7 years old. That means about 35 years old. That time I don't have anything else. No telephone, no internet, no any friends like this. But today it is totally different. I'm not alone, and even I'm working with the Ministry of Water and Sanitation. Last week, when we had a national level planning strategy workshop, I presented the paper. I reviewed 11 papers as a technical coordinator of that committee. So I'm so much optimistic right now, and I'm very much hopeful that the MHM will go as a cross-cutting issue at all levels and sectors, and I'm continuously taking this forward.
Thank you so much and good luck with your journey.
Thank you.
Okay.
You.